and welcome back to Let's Play Shin Megami Tensei, Devil Survivor Overclocked. Before we begin, I'd just like to take a moment to apologize about the audio quality in the previous video. I do realize that it was a bit loud. I just kind of played it by my own ear, and when I was editing, I tend to keep my volume pretty low, so it didn't sound too bad to me, but people who had their volume much higher when they first clicked on the video got a bit of a nasty surprise, so I've lowered the gain on the raw video recording, and if this is still a little too loud after editing, just let me know, and I can adjust it further as we go. But this one should, at the very least, be a lot less offensive on the senses than the first video was. I am going to be rendering a audio corrected version of part 1 after I get this part rendered. Why let a little technical error impede the progress of the Let's Play, right? Anyways, with that all established, let's get on to the game and get into day 1, the first day proper of Devil Survivor Overclocked. We just load our end of day data here and start it up. Day 1, or the first day, Tokyo Lockdown.
Oh, morning. Did you get some sleep?
That girl was right. Some demon-looking things passed by, but they didn't notice us.
Yeah, I saw them too. But now that the sun's out, we can get out of here, right?
Well, we probably can get out of here, no problem, but, I mean, it's not like all demons are vampires. That's not foreshadowing there or anything. Don't get careless.
Why do you have to go and say stuff like that, you idiot?
Yeah, I hope that's the last time I ever have to sleep in a cemetery. But the lights never came back on. Hard to tell in daylight, but there's still a blackout.
Yeah, I still don't have any cell reception, so none of that was a dream.
Huh, that was the comp's email beep. Wonder who it's from.
Guess we should read it.
So it looks like we've got another email from Naoya. What's he got to say for us? Death clock? Cullen, you're still alive, aren't you? I'll explain the death clock to you. The death clock displays the number of days a person has left to live. The details are, the death clock is only available to the party leader. A single digit between 0 and 9 is displayed. If a person has 10 or more days left before death, nothing is displayed. Finally, the death clock is simply a value calculated by the Laplace system. A person's actions can cause the value to change, so be careful. One thing I would just like to comment on, although he says that a single digit between 0 and 9 is displayed, you'll actually never see 8 or 9 displayed on the clock in-game. At least in as far as I'm aware, I can't recall any instance where you see those numbers displayed, but that's neither here nor there. So we have some clarification on the numbers over our head, and that's actually rather concerning, all things considering, since we have a 0 displayed. We've also got our Laplace mail. Good morning. Here's today's news. Power outages will continue in all parts of Tokyo within the Yamanote Loop through the day. It is unknown when power will be restored. Number 2. Poisonous gas is suspected to have escaped from underground pockets. All train services canceled across all lines. All exits from within the Yamanote Loop will be closed. Awfully convenient that a similar to or a tangentially or completely unrelated disaster is happening while demons suddenly start appearing within the loop. Whatever. Let's see, number 3, at 1300 in Chiyoda-ku and Bunkyo-ku, a localized blizzard will occur. 3 victims will be murdered by a snowman. Have a nice day. Well, that's a little concerning. No system mails. Let's see what the gang has to say about this email.
A death clock? What's up with that? So we can see how long people have left to live?
Hey, didn't you say before that you could see a number over our heads?
Yeah?
Well, what was it? Hey, how many days do I have?
It's 0, isn't it? Yesterday you said the number was 1, which means our number right now, it's 0, isn't it?
I don't know how to break it to him. Don't look at me like that, Atsuro.
Why won't you tell us? Oh man, I'm gonna die today?
That's it. I've had enough. This stupid conversation is over. Come on, let's go. This is all some big hoax. Let's hurry back home.
I wish I could share your optimism, Yuzu, but we've already got a couple problems in that frontier. Didn't you read the email a little bit more closely than that?
What do you mean?
Calm down, Yoo-hoo. I checked the other email. Don't you remember what it said? All stations are locked down. Now, if that's true, we won't be able to use the trains.
But how can we know for sure unless we go? The email might be wrong about that.
Well, we can only hope so. Let's go to the station and check it out.
Yeah, I'm with you. No sense in griping about it here. Let's check the nearest station.
God, please let Shibuya Station be open.
After leaving the cemetery and emerging in Omotesando, Yuzu suddenly stops.
Hey, you guys, look!
The road is littered with ruined cars. Other vehicles seem to have been abandoned.
What the hell? What happened here?
What a mess. Did all this happen just because we had a blackout for one night?
I, kinda doubt that.
Huh? What do you mean?
Headlights aren't hooked up to the power grid. Accidents this bad wouldn't have happened.
Then it really is because demons are in Tokyo?
There's no proof, but that'd be my guess. Let's hurry. We're almost to Shibuya.
The streets to Miyama Suzuka, I am not a native Japanese speaker in case you haven't noticed, are choked with crowds. No one can get near Shibuya Station. You can see self-defense force vehicles and a barricade past the crowd.
Poison gas has leaked. This area is dangerous. Please stay away from Shibuya Station. All lines, including private rails, are affected. Remain calm until the problem is solved. Police blockades are in effect throughout the Yamanote line, including overpasses.
All the rail lines? Then how are we supposed to get outside the Yamanote Circle? Hey, what's going on here? I demand a full explanation for this.
The cause is currently under investigation. Until then, please obey our instructions. To ensure everyone's safety, we ask for your understanding and cooperation. We're also looking into the explosion that occurred in Aoyama Cemetery last night. If you have any information, please inform a disaster relief worker immediately.
The angry mob slowly quiets down upon hearing the SDF officer's repeated message. Eventually, the gathered crowd begins to disperse, as if they are giving up.
Damn! Not only aren't the trains working, we can't even get near the station.
Was that stuff about the gas leak true? You think this is because of the demons too?
I mean, personally, I think this is too much of a coincidence, but we don't really know one way or the other.
I agree.
Huh?
You think they put up all these barricades and blocked in the entire area overnight? No. It looks to me like all this was prepared way in advance.
Wait, you mean?
Yeah, there's something else going on here that we don't know about. Damn! Everything that email said is coming true. At this rate, we're gonna...
No, don't panic, Atsuro. Remember, now you said a person's actions can change the reading of the death clock, so let's just raise the number.
You mean change how long we have on the death clock? Good idea!
You mean don't die? Good idea!
Naoya's email said the number changes based on what we do. So let's do something about all this. That Laplace mail stuff about not escaping the Yamanote area and us going to die today? Let's prove it wrong.
I'm surprised to hear that from you. The death clock and the Laplace mails do run on the same predictive algorithm, which means the death clock uses what the Laplace mail says to calculate a number. Its probability ratio is pretty high. The underlying process must be real complicated.
Hey, slow down, WizKid. You're getting a little ahead of us non-eggheads.
Oh, sorry. It's an important point, though, so listen. With an algorithm this complex, one mistake could cause a very large error. Which means, if we make sure the things the Laplace mail predicts don't come true, its predictions become useless, affecting the death clock's readout.
Does that mean we don't have to die today?
Oh, absolutely. Let's find a way to save ourselves. Come on. Show me a good attitude, Yuzu.
So we have a chance.
It's not certain that the results will be thrown off, mind you. But it's probably safe to assume that we can change the outcome.
Is this really possible?
What's the matter, Yoo-hoo? This was your idea.
Huh? But I didn't know all that stuff you were talking about.
Ah, there's the Yoo-hoo we know. Don't sweat it, okay? All right, let's do whatever we can to find a way out of this lockdown. As long as we prevent what's predicted in those emails, we can beat the death clock.
Yeah, come on, let's go. Even if the area inside the Yamanote line is locked down, there must be a secret exit.
Right, but we'll have to be careful of the police and the self-defense force.
Huh? Why?
Well, we were at the cemetery near the explosion, and also our comps could be considered more than a little suspicious. Regardless, let's just avoid them, but we're gonna go with saying this.
He's right. The SDF guy at the station said they were looking into the explosion. If they happen to detain us, they might take away our comps.
Oh, yeah. Okay then, we'll be extra careful.
Boy, that would be an awkward interrogation. Hey kid, what's this app that says Demon Summoning Program? Anyway, when the comp detects demons, the word battle will appear in the location list to warn you. Most battles cannot be avoided, but you can flee from some during the battle. Alright, so this is more to clue us into the free battle mechanic. Free battles are a mechanic where, as the name implies, they are freely engageable fights that you can get into, independent of the story progress, and they do not advance time. These battles allow you to gain some amount of experience, as well as money is the primary reason you want to do them, and they also give you a third opportunity that we'll cover when it becomes relevant. We're not going to do any free battles right now, because we want to start tackling them when a certain mechanic becomes available. Now, you can complete the game without doing free battles, but it is extraordinarily difficult to do so, and I would strongly advise against it. Personally, for the sake of my sanity, I'm also going to be taking on free battles for this Let's Play, but I am going to try and limit how much I do in them. Generally, I'm going to limit it to the amount of progress I can make on the aforementioned mechanic we have not yet unlocked. Now, we have several timed events available to us right now, and if we pursue some of them, others could become blocked off to us, so we want to be mindful of what we do. So what I'm going to do here is I'm going to make a save state for us, and we can load this to review any events that we happen to miss. So let's get to work on checking out events. Personally, I like to check out events involving new characters first and foremost, and we haven't met this guy yet. Let's see what he has to say. As you approach the station, you suddenly hear people yelling,
When the hell are you gonna let us out?
We'll lift the lockdown once we can confirm the area's safe. Please wait until then.
Yeah, you said that already. I'm asking when that's gonna happen.
No matter how often you ask, the answer is the same. Now go back to the safe zone.
What? You wanna say that again?
Quit yapping like a dog and shut your cake hole.
Huh? Who the hell said... Kaido? I'm sorry, man.
Kaido? Like Kaido of the Shibuya Demons?
You know him, Atsuro? Ugh, more demons. That's the absolute last thing I want to hear about now.
Come on, Yoo-hoo. They're not quite the same thing. A demon is a guardian spirit. The Shibuya Demons are one of the more charismatic punk gangs. Kaido's their leader. They're really famous in Shibuya.
So maybe... Hey, maybe he's seen Naoya if he has the lay of the land.
I get it. Even if he doesn't know, maybe one of his flunkies will.
And Kaido is known for treating his people well. Yeah, let's go talk to him.
Huh? Who are you guys?
Once again, we're given a complicated set of choices here, but I'm feeling this one. I'm sure nobody in the comments will have any objections.
Cool. I'm Kaido. You guys need something?
Well, we actually do have a couple of things we could ask him, or we could put the onus onto Atsuro, but well, let's not put our friend in a bind here. Let's do the talking for him.
Huh? Naoya? Who's he?
He's his cousin. We don't know where he is.
Well, things are pretty bad around here, so I'll help you look. Got a photo or anything? This is the guy, huh? Send me the pic over IR. Cool, got it.
Alright, once the cells come back on, I'll spread it around my crew. That all you wanted?
Yeah, you're an awfully polite gentleman for a famous, notorious punk gang leader, but that's neither here nor there. Do you happen to know any way that we could use to get out of here? You asked Kaido if there are any secret exits from the Yamanote Circle area.
If I did, I'd have used it already. We're having trouble getting through the central ward.
I had a feeling you'd say that.
Everyone's in the same boat here. If that's all, I'm gonna get going.
Alright, thank you so much for your time, and goodbye.
Huh? No need to be so formal, man. Alright, be seeing ya.
How'd it go? Were you able to see what the death clock said about Kaido?
He's actually doing pretty well for himself. He's got 6 days left, which is, well, okay, maybe the fact that he's gonna die in 6 days isn't such a great thing, but he's doing better than we are.
6 days? It was that short? That means he has less than a week, right?
Well, don't be ridiculous. It was just a coincidence. 6 days is better than our time.
Yeah, but...
Sorry. Didn't mean to bring you down like that. Come on, let's get going. We'll find a way out and change our fate.
Yeah, let's go.
You know, now that they're mentioning the death clock, I noticed that the SDF guys, they didn't have a death clock readout. Strange. That means they've got more than 10 days to live, which is a lot better than anybody else we've been seeing in the Yamanote Circle so far. Hey, we got a couple new emails here. New function. How are you doing, Cullen? I've written a new application for the comp, so I'm sending it to you. Once you read this email, the option for the Devil Auction should be available in the comp menu. You should be getting an email from the auction site too. You know about Maka, the currency of the Netherworld, right? You get it when you defeat demons. You need Maka to bid in the auctions. Money makes the Netherworld go round too. Please keep surviving. I look forward to seeing you again. So, we've unlocked D-Bay, and we get an email explaining it to us, the DA Registrar. Welcome to the Devil Auction, not to be confused with DeviantArt. We are a member-based auction site that helps you with the bothersome tasks of forming contracts with demons. Demons will make themselves available as merchandise to be bid upon by the Devil Auction members. The winner will be able to make a contract with the new demon and will have a powerful new ally. Spend your wages of sin at the Devil Auction. So, this is what we use the money of the game for. Every bit of Maka we get from killing demons is used to purchase demons that we can use to shore up our ranks. Let's get a little bit of discussion going between the team about this.
A devil auction? What is this? What's going on?
Well, based on, if I'm interpreting this correctly, demons are kind of just selling themselves out.
It looks that way. One thing's for sure now. Demons have been on this world for a long time, and some people have known about them.
How can you be so sure?
Think about it. For an auction to exist, you need someone to run it, and you need someone to buy from it. If there are other bidders than just us, then the auction has been around since before then.
Uh-huh. Okay, I get it. Still, it's kind of a shock. We were living here, but we knew nothing at all.
This is an opportunity, though. We do need some, we need as many allies as we can get, and that's what we're dealing with.
Opportunity? Yeah, I get it.
Well, I don't get it. I don't get anything.
Oh, sorry. Well, there's a chance we might die today. And considering what's happening, it would probably be because of a demon.
Ugh.
But if we can use this website to get powerful demons as allies, we can fight back. In other words, our chances of surviving will go up.
So you're saying that we have to get demons so we can fight even more demons? I've had enough of this. Why do we have to fight?
Well, we have to do it to live. Come on, Yuzu, you gotta pull it together.
That's true, but let's see if we can just run away from all this, okay?
Yeah, if we can escape, that would be the best option. But if there's ever something we can't run from, we'll have to make up our minds.
Alright, yeah, you got a point here, Atsuro. Live or die, that's gonna all come down to the key decisions we make at critical moments.
Yeah, we'll have to use this auction and do everything we can to help us fight.
But that's neither here nor there. We've got a few more events to check out. But yes, the Devil Auction is available for us, and we now have a opportunity to use our Maka. I'm not going to use this right now, but let's at least take a look at it. As you can see, we get a variety of demons here. Taiki, welcome to the Devil Auction. Here's some information for first-time users. This site uses a rank system. Users' ability to purchase demons is rank dependent. About ranks. As your rating improves, you may enter higher auctions. Winning raises your rating. Failing to pay lowers it. Begin by selecting a demon. We're not going to select any demon right now, but as you can see, we have a variety of demons to select from. Not anything different than what we've already encountered, but some notable things to pay attention to. Each demon has a star rating. A 3-star rating is the basic tier for the demon. This is a demon at its absolute simplest. If you just looked it up in like a fusion option, if we had that at the moment, this is the basic result you would get. Anything lower than that will usually have stat penalties. As you can see, this Pixie has only 6 magic as compared to the baseline 7. On the other end of the coin, or the opposite side of the coin, if we pick a demon with a higher star rating, they often have stat bonuses or more skills at their disposal. As you can see, this Kabuso, despite being level 3, he has 3 additional stat points across all his stats, which is pretty darn good, so this would be a pretty good pickup, but we're just going to ignore this right now. The Devil Auction periodically refreshes as you progress through the day. Usually every couple time units you pass, new stuff will appear there, and it also appears after you do a certain number of free battles, I believe, although I have had situations where it just refused to refresh, so I'm not 100% clear on how that works, but it does definitely refresh in relation to free battles at certain points in the game. With that all said, let's look at the Yamanote line now. The area near Ebisu Station has been also been blocked off.
Huh? We can't go through here either?
There has been a toxic gas leak. Please stay away.
The SDF members don't have death clocks. It seems they'll live longer than 10 days. So, it looks like our protagonist is not the only one who's missed that fact.
Damn it! There really are troops along all the railroads. We might die today, too.
If only our cell phones worked, I could call my mom and tell her that I can't come home. Oh, that reminds me. The comp's email works, right? Well, can't we contact the outside?
Oh yeah, sure, let's give it a try. If this works, I'll be able to send an email to my comp at home. Huh?
What's wrong?
Cannot connect to the specified server. That's what it says.
It's not connecting. What's that mean?
Well, now you made this comp to begin with. Maybe it can't use standard connections to communicate with regular comps.
In other words, it didn't work. Fine. Let's go check out someplace else.
Looks like we're stuck with local communication only. Bit of a bummer. Let's see, now we have Atsuru or Yuzu to talk to. Personally, I vibe with Atsuru more, so we're gonna talk to him first.
Hey, Atsuru. How do you know so much about tech stuff?
Didn't I tell you before? Both my parents are engineers. They work in Silicon Valley. They always ask me if I want to come along, but I never do. My English is too bad. But I've played with computers since I was little. It's like I grew up in the net. My parents weren't around, and my friends had cram school, so net friends were all I had.
Did you hang out with people your age, or were you just hanging out with whoever?
Nah, when I actually met them, most of them turned out to be college students or adults. They didn't know online that I was a grade school kid. People would say stuff like, "How can you not know that?" Or, "You're such a noob." But there was one good thing about it. I could chat with adults and they'd treat me as an equal. Anonymity had its upside. It was great back then. Well, not as convenient as now, sure, but nothing bad happened.
Oh, things definitely could have gone worse than that, Atsuru, believe me. So, with that event scene, we have now passed time to the point where we can no longer see what Yuzu would have said. But what if we rolled back the clock a little bit? Alright, here we are back in time. Let's see what Yuzu has to say about this current turn of events.
Hey, Yoo-hoo! How about some casual chit-chat to kill time? Like about your family?
Don't you dare use kill and my family in the same sentence, numbskull.
Sorry, it was just a slip of the tongue.
It's fine. It's not like it really matters all that much. It's just an ordinary family, but my parents never got along at all. So they got divorced last year. I've been living with my mom, but even after leaving my dad, my mom seems a lot touchier. She fusses over nothing. I know it's tough to take care of me by herself, but she's getting on my nerves. She and I hardly ever talk anymore.
Was it better before your parents divorced?
I don't know what's best for Mom. A jerk who supported the family, or freedom with headaches.
Well that was an interesting little discussion. Also, that locked out the conversation with Atsuro. Intriguing. But that's neither here nor there. Let's return to the present. With that addressed, we're back in the present time. Now, I will note that there are certain events in this playthrough that I'm going to keep that are critical for seeing future events that will allow us to get the ending routes that I want, as well as completing certain side quests. So I'm going to stick with what I believe are the optimal events for seeing the most interesting things in the game, but I will do my best to try and show off everything that is possible, but sometimes that's just not going to be in the cards, because certain events, they don't actually take off from the previous events until like literal in-game days later. There are a couple notable cases I can think of where it would take hours of playing to get to the payoff for a very minor change in the game's plot, so we're probably not going to see every event in this Let's Play, but we will see most of them. But hey, who's this gentleman?
Man, a Morasando. I could never have imagined something like this when I came out here yesterday. Hey, isn't that...
You're Yuzu, right? I remember you from Haru's shows.
Yes, I'm Yuzu Tanikawa. I'm surprised you remember me, Jin.
A man in my line of work has to have a good memory for names and faces.
Sounds like a tough job. Oh,
How do you guys know each other? It seems to be a bit beyond your typical friend, the age of your typical friend group, Yuzu.
Oh, there's this indie singer I really like named Haru. Jin's kind of Haru's guardian. I met him at a show, and we've spoken a couple of times since. Jin always watches out for people, so everyone tends to consider him a big brother.
You flatter me, Yuzu. So, are these two your friends? We haven't met, right?
Oh, sorry. Feel free to introduce yourselves, guys.
I'm Atsuro Kihara. Nice to meet you.
Well, we could just be direct, or we could be a little fresh. Come on, let's just play with fire real quick.
What? Cut that out. What are you saying? That's not... Jin,
She took that a lot better than I was expecting, honestly.
Don't worry, I get it. Take it nice and easy, Yuzu. The name's Eiji, but everyone calls me Jin. I run a bar over that way.
Bartender named Jin, got it.
I'm in a real fix. Everything from the ice to the fruits in the fridge are wiped out. Well, no sense crying over spoiled milk. Just gotta wait for the power to come back. You been here long? Bet you've been out since the blackout. What a sorry situation. Hurry home and let your folks know you're safe, okay?
about that...
Yuzu explains to Jin what you saw at Shibuya Station.
What? The station's locked down and no one's getting through? You pulling my leg? The bar TV's busted and my cell's dead too. Looks like we're all in the dark. Man, what's going on?
Your cell doesn't work either? That's been a huge problem for us, too. Well, sitting here won't get us home, so we're thinking of looking for a way out.
Sounds like a big deal, but if the government's on the job, this should blow over soon.
I hope you're right.
Just you watch, it'll be over by nightfall. I'm gonna go catch some Z's at the bar. If you need help with anything, just give me a holler.
Okay, thanks a ton, Jin.
Hey, what did the death clock say about Jin?
Once again, it was 6. We've been seeing that number a lot.
6? Why? Is Jin going to die in 6 days? But this is insane.
I see. I hoped if we stayed close to people with high numbers, we'd have better odds of survival.
I get it. People without a number are likely to live for a while. They might help us.
That's not a bad line of thinking. We definitely should keep an eye out for that, though frankly the only people we've saw with no number displayed are the SDF soldiers so far. I feel like they'd think we were crazy if we tried to explain our situation to them. But let's keep Yuzu in a good mood.
We can't know for sure, but we should do everything we can to increase our odds of survival.
Alright, so we've got a line to follow for this, and a new event has opened up. Mysterious woman with red hair. Let's go see this woman. You can see a crowd gathered on Roppongi Boulevard.
Huh? Hey, I know that song!
Sorry about the volume. I'm using a battery-powered amp. Blame it on the blackout. Here's hoping my songs get you all out of those blackout blues.
Oh my gosh, it's Haru! Awesome! This is just what I needed to cheer me up.
Looks like I've got a fan in the crowd. I'm about warmed up now, so here's one for you.
This is so great! Haru is the best!
Yuzu continues to cheer until the street performance ends.
Of all the places to see a show from Haru, that was so cool.
Her singing was pretty good, but is she that famous?
Yeah, in the indie scene. She's the same Haru I told you about earlier. She used to be in a band called Diva, but now she's gone solo.
Solo? What happened to Diva?
I don't really know much about when she was in the band. I just heard they split up when Aya, one of their members, quit to study music.
Huh, so her name's Haru. Well, I think you can count me as a fan too.
Me 3.
I know, right? Haru's so awesome.
Well, we've rested long enough. We don't have much time left.
Yeah, we should be focused on surviving. What's the matter?
Well, her death clock did say 0, and that's concerning.
That's what the death clock readout on Haru was? We have to tell her.
Wait a sec, Yoo-hoo.
What now?
What would you say? If you tell her straight up, she'll think you're crazy.
Oh, you're probably right.
Don't forget, our number is 0 too. We might die today first. If we don't do something about that, how are we supposed to help anyone else?
Yeah, good call. There's no use worrying about that until we have a solution to this whole mess.
Right. Come on, guys. Let's go.
I think it's worth it to at least keep Haru in mind and see if we can help her out. Let's go to Shinjuku now and check out the Yamanote line.
It's so hot. Wish the buses or taxis were working. I'm getting all sweaty. Is Atsuro still not back yet?
No good. All the roads under the rail bridge have been blockaded by the SDF. It's just like they said. Everything inside the Yamanote line is locked down.
Man, they have this coordinated well, but we can't give up yet.
No argument here. Huh? Is that Keisuke?
What the... Atsuro?
I thought I recognized you, Keisuke. A long time no see. Keisuke helped me out big time in middle school. I wouldn't be here without this guy.
I wouldn't go that far.
Atsuro. No, all of you. Your number.
Huh? Did you just say...
Never mind. I have to get going.
What's up with him?
He knew our death clock number. That was, I gotta admit, that was a little suspicious.
What? So that guy ran away because he saw the death clock said 0? That's horrible!
What are you talking about? Only people with comps have access to the death clock. And Keisuke, well, he's not that kind of guy.
What makes you say that?
He always used to stand up for the weaker kids, so they really depended on him. He saved me a bunch of times too. If not for him, I'd have been a gopher for 3 years.
Weird. He seemed pretty shy himself just now.
Yeah, I have no idea. I lost all contact with him after we got into high school. By the way, did you remember to check his death clock readout?
Yeah, he only had a 1.
1? Damn it! Keisuke's gonna die tomorrow then!
Man, just no matter what we do, we're finding more and more problems with the death clock. Alright, so hey, Naoya? But also, a battle awaits us. We should probably save our progress here. Always remember to save your game before entering into conflict. So let me save over one of my spare files here. Get that set. And also, we do want to hop into the auction right now and round out our teams a little bit. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna get this 5-star Kabuso. He'll be a pretty solid addition to the power of our party. Now, okay, let me explain how the auctions work here. So, you have 5 seconds to place your bid, and you will be in competition with other bidders. You can gauge the other bidders' reaction to your bid by the icons that appear over them, and you can also get them to fold on the bid by betting enough. So let's just raise our bid by 100 and see if we can't force a fold here. And we did! All their bidders have dropped out of the auction. In these cases, you are the winner by default. And now, once we actually hammer in our price, we can choose to default on our bid, which will cost us some rating, but we won't have to pay up. But of course, we want this guy, so we're gonna pay up for him. Hey, thank ya. I'll be working for your sake. Just let me know what to do. And Kabuso was contracted. Your rating went up by 1. Nice. Let's see if we can't get another demon going here. We'll take another kobold. Let me see. So he's got 180. We'll bet the rest of our money here and see if that forces the rest of them to fold. Usually, you need to be like within like 80 to 90% of the buy cost of the demon to force folds, but sometimes it can be lot closer than that, particularly later in the game. Alright, so we got another kobold here. Additionally, before we get into the battle, we want to reorganize our teams here, so I'm going to give this Kabuso to Yuzu, gonna give this Kobold to Atsuro, and, whoops, did not want to take him out. I have a tendency to mix up the remove and add options, and let's see, I'm gonna give Atsuro Dia, and I'm actually going to give Zio to Yuzu, since she can make much better use of it. Her magic stat, as you can see, is double that of Atsuro's, so she'll hit way harder with Zio at her disposal, and I should be fine with just the Kabuso, since we have pretty good offensive prowess working together, particularly with Kabuso's access to Zan right now, so that should do us some good here. Now let's actually get into the battle and see what Naoya has to say for himself. As you move forward, you see someone resembling Naoya duck into a side street.
Hey, wasn't that Naoya?
That was him, all right. Quick, after him!
Gotcha! Hey, where did Naoya go?
Look, over there! I just saw someone go that way. It could be Naoya.
All right, let's go after him.
What? Why are there so many demons out in broad daylight?
I guess it doesn't matter to them what time of day it is. But whatever, we've got to do something about them. What's the plan?
Well, I was gonna say let's fight our way out of here, but let's find Naoya.
So we deal with these guys first and then continue looking for him?
That's the safest way. If we don't defeat them, they'll probably come after us.
Alright, and we are thrust into what I consider our first real battle. This is where we have the potential to actually lose. For this fight, we have to dispatch everyone, but we will quickly reach a time where we don't have to worry about doing that. So what I want to do here is, let me see, let's just get everybody placed real quick, and let's actually survey the area. It's always a good idea to see what you're dealing with before you enter a fight proper. So over here, we've got a couple pixies. And looks like that one has an ogre, this one has 2 ogres, so what I'm actually going to do is I'm going to switch it up a little bit. I'm going to move Yuzu into where I have Atsuro placed, and then I'm going to swap Yuzu with myself, and let me just double check here. She can only move 3, so she won't be able to hit that thing from where she manages to reach to, but, it doesn't really matter too much. I'll think about what I want to do there, but for these enemies over here, we've got Moshavus, who are avian-type demons. They have the flight ability. That allows them to pass over obstacles and terrain in the battlefield, as well as gives them an extra point of move. As you can see, they can move a very far 5 move, which means they can close the distance very quickly, so we want to be careful when dealing with them. And we just got a kobold chilling out over here. Shouldn't be too big a threat. So what I'm going to want to do is I'm going to have Atsuro actually retreat towards the rest of the group. And to start out...
Guys, be careful of where you are in relation to the demons. If they surround someone who's all alone, it'll be dangerous.
I know. We have to work together, so let's think our moves out carefully.
Screw being a good sport. They'll go down faster if we gang up on them.
Good advice, Atsuro, good advice. A movement gauge is displayed on the touchscreen, indicated by the face icons at the top. The icons represent the turn order in battle, from left to right. When you choose a command such as move, a red arrow will indicate your next turn. Please be wary of when you will act next as you plot your actions. So yes, as you can see, the game is just explaining the action initiative up there, and it'll show where Yuzu will fall in the next turn action she gets when we actually finish off her turn. Every action you do has turn delay. Even simply ending your turn generates a small amount of turn delay. Your excellence in battle has made you eligible to access the Maka bonus feature.
Whoa! What the?
Your Maka bonus is based on your performance in battle. You may gain more Maka if you get extra turns during battle, sustain low damage, or defeat many foes at once. Conversely, if an ally falls or your attacks fail, you may get less Maka.
So we receive this bonus if we get extra turns or don't get hurt in battle, huh? We just gotta stay on top of things then as we fight. All right, I'm up for it.
After battle, bonus results will appear on the comp. The meaning of each bonus will be detailed later via email. So yes, we get Maka bonuses for doing well in battle, and it behooves you to do well, because we need a lot of money as we get through this game. I'll be able to take out this fight pretty easily, pairing up with Kabuso, so let's just smash down this ogre with combined Agis, and I'm not too worried about what the Pixie is capable of doing to us. Sorry, excuse me. As you can see, she can only deal the limpest of slaps to us, so another Agi should take her out, but I'm going to conserve some of my own MP here and just let Kabuso roast this thing. Remember, you don't have to worry at all about magic missing, so it's a guaranteed way to close out fights like that, and we get another level up secured. Nice. Alright, we're on an even level, so I want to take some magic here. Alright, let's end our turn here, and let's have Atsuro retreat. I could have, actually, I probably should have retreated there, because now the Pixie will probably be able to come in and take some attacks. You have been bound. Movement is reduced to 1. It will last for 1 turn. Devil Speed will cancel it. Spoilers, game, we haven't gotten access to Devil Speed yet. But yes, this is the race skill of the jockey-type demons. They can use Bind to reduce our move. Oh, hey.
I'm not scared. I'm not.
That's actually convenient, because this is the... I actually wanted this thing to target Yuzu, so we can just completely annihilate these ogres. And whoops, that was a misclick there. I did not mean to have Kabuso target the Pixie. Man, that was some pretty nasty damage there. Fortunately, that did actually deny the Pixie its extra turn. As you can see, doing some pretty good damage there. Electric-type magic can inflict the shock status, which renders the enemy incapable of acting and makes every attack against them a critical hit. So that's some pretty good stuff right there. We're going to have Yuzu slap this enemy, and then have Pixie and Kabuso work together to take out the remaining ogre. And this will render the enemy Pixie completely alone and completely vulnerable. Good stuff, good stuff. Unfortunately, Yuzu's ability to retreat has kind of been stymied here, but it's not a big deal. We'll definitely want to use Charm when our turn comes up so that she can heal off the damage that she just took. Let's see here. Alright, I can have Atsuro reach this Moshavu, which, you know what, I think I'll do. Let's use an Aggravate here to beef up our physical damage, and let's get in. I want to position myself right about here for reasons.
Calm down. Remember yesterday. I can do this.
Now, in these early game battles, we're not going to be able to consistently delete enemy formations and remove enemies from the field, so we should always focus on weakening the enemy formations instead, and just taking out their minions. Good stuff, good stuff. Atsuro's physical prowess is starting to improve, but it'll be a while before he takes off. Once he gets rolling, though, Atsuro does have some pretty good high points for himself in this game, so look forward to when we actually get some skills that allow him to flex his strength stat a lot better, if you'll excuse the pun. Alright, a little bit of experience there. Mostly benefits our kobolds. One of our kobolds levels up and gains Hero Aid. That skill gives a flat 25% boost to your critical hit rate, which is pretty nice and can actually result in some pretty good extra damage. Let me see here. Let's just have Yuzu finish this Pixie off. Since we have the initiative here, we can just launch a bunch of physical attacks. I'm not going to bother moving at this point because we have the one move reduction. or the bind reduction, so we're not going to be able to move very far anyway. Let's use Pixie's Charm here to heal ourselves up. There we go. We're doing good now. One thing to note is with turn delay, you do actually have your position in the turn order pushed back whenever you're on the receiving end of an attack, so that's something you have to be mindful of. Alright, we do have a bit of a concern to worry about here with the amount of damage that the Moshavu and the Kobold will do with those criticals, but that's just kind of something that we have to grin and bear. Fortunately, as long as the Kobolds are alive, Atsuro is relatively safe. And with that Kobold taking out, this Pixie, or sorry, Moshavu, is a lot less threatening to us. Pretty solid damage there, though. Fortunately, our Kobold, our right Kobold, has also gotten a level up. Hopefully this will help him weather the storm in the coming battle, but it's not a huge deal if he gets taken out. I will definitely have Atsuro retreat after this, because he will stand to take some serious damage if any more enemies come in to get some licks in. It's actually kind of desirable if the enemies attack your team leaders at this point, because team leaders, as long as they have minions summoned, and that is extremely unfortunate, they just get a flat 50% reduction to the damage that they take. Pretty good stuff, pretty good stuff. So yeah, we're definitely going to need Atsuro to retreat here. I will want to have Yuzu move in and use Charm on Atsuro to get some recovery for both him and his Kobold. And if we're lucky, we weren't lucky, we might have gotten a bonus effect there. Here comes another Kobold. He's going to try and cut off Atsuro's retreat, which is unfortunate, but I'm not overly concerned. The Moshavus have pretty low turn order initiative, so I'm not worried about them picking up any actions before Atsuro gets a chance to do anything. We should be able to take them out. One thing to note is that the Moshavus are able to drain electric attacks, so be mindful of that. They're also, however, vulnerable to Force-type magic, which conveniently our Kabuso has picked up over the course of this battle. Alright. Oh dear, I might just have robbed Pixie of one of her turns. Yeah, that was unfortunate. I wasn't thinking about the order of operations my team was going to be conducting. Unfortunately, once an enemy gets an extra turn, they're able to commit to that extra turn when it comes around. You cannot remove an extra turn that is in progress. Let's use another charm from our Pixie here. She's going to be running low on MP, but we're not really dealing with anything that her Zeo is super effective against anyway, so I'm not overly concerned about that. Let's have myself and Kabuso team up. Just use our strongest damaging attacks here. Obviously, Agi and his Zan give us a pretty good boost to damage there. And I think I'll... Nah, I want to make sure this hits, so let's just throw out both of our spells here. Didn't need the Zan, but always good to make sure that you're actually going to secure the kill. Because the Moshavus are a level 7 demon, they give a lot more experience.
More demons? Where the hell did they come from?
That enemy that just spawned in is a Wyra, and he actually is something you should be pretty concerned about because of one of the skills that he has at his disposal. Alright, so this guy's coming in on Atsuro. You know what? I'm just going to have Atsuro guard here. We're going to have him turtle up a little bit and let Yuzu and myself take on the enemies. Oof. Fortunately, we've burned their critical hits, so they're going to deal less damage on the follow-up strikes. Alright, little unfortunate, but nothing too bad. So as you can see, this battle's going a little rough for us right now. Let's have Atsuro retreat. We definitely don't want him to be attacked by that Wyra back there. Fortunately, on its first action, it's just going to delay itself. Alright, I can tell that Moshavu is probably going to go for Atsuro, but I'm not overly... Oh, it didn't. Okay, if that's your prerogative. Alright, this actually works out for us. We can probably take it out this turn. Just have Kabuso burn it to a crisp a little bit. Maybe not. Still, pretty good damage to it, pretty good damage. Yeah, in this early stage of the game, it is pretty difficult to close out fights against higher-leveled enemies than you. Okay. Let me think about how I want to approach this. Yeah, I should probably take out the Kobold here, so let me see. Let's make sure that the Ogre is taken out so that we don't have to worry about him Okay, that's lucky. Don't have to worry about him robbing any of their turns. Alright, our power is actually really starting to take off here. Alright, I want to save some of my MP because the Wyra is weak to fire as well as the Pixie that is flanking him, and we want to make sure we're able to take those out. Hey, just enough experience for another level up. Doing pretty good here, doing pretty good. Going to give myself another agility boost. And let me see here. So, the Waira has the Devil Speed ability. This allows him to increase his move range to 7, and it gives him plus 10 initiative when he initiates an attack on offense. So let me see here. So, 4, 5, 6, 7. So, let me move right about... Oh, never mind, I don't have any movement, so we'll just let him come in. Fortunate that for us that he's going to waste some of his HP there, because Devil Speed does cost HP to use. Let's see here. Alright, he's going to get a move in on myself, so let's give both Taiki and Kabuso some healing, and then let's finish off this Moshivu before it manages to do anything inconvenient. Fortunately, it is completely empty when it comes to MP. I want to use Zan here, so we should be able to take it out no problem. Sadly, Kabuso is out of MP, so he cannot do anything more. And now we're going to have myself and Kabuso take on the Waira. And yeah, let's just hold position there. Oh, right. The enemy, even when it could potentially benefit them, they will not use Devil Speed, actually, funnily enough. They will only use it if it allows them to get an attack in a turn they otherwise would not be able to. Fortunately, we were able to rob this guy of his extra turn, so let's hit him with another couple Agis. Yeah, this guy functions sort of like a mini-boss for this level. We should be able to take him out on our follow-up strike. Let's just burn Atsuru's turn there, take our follow-up strike, and this fight should be in the bag. Hit him with another couple Agis. This will do us some good. Alright, and one last spell. Managed to ration my MP just right for this. Not that it really matters. We probably could just slap him to death at this point, but always make sure, always better to make sure that you have the best tools available.
All right, we did it!
And with that, mission complete. Get a nice helping of experience here, although unfortunately only Atsuru gets a level up at this point. Gets a little bit of extra magic, though.
We lost him. Back to square one for us. Why'd the demons start showing up? What's with that crazy auction? The questions keep piling up. We have to find him.
I'd like to give him a piece of my mind, too. It's his fault we're in trouble.
Man, it's tough. I mean, I do want to catch up with Naoya and get a better explanation for what's going on, but maybe we should find an exit right now, until we address the death clock situation.
Oh yeah, that might be a better plan.
I agree. If we don't make it out alive, I'll be missing out on all my favorite forums.
Glad to see Atsuro has his priorities in order.
I guess everyone lives for something.
Don't give me that look. Hey, does the death clock still say 0? It hasn't gone up, has it?
That would be easy, I'm afraid, Atsuro. It is still 0.
I had a feeling you'd say that. We can't find a way out. The death clock's stuck on 0, and the hours march on. Damn it, what are we supposed to do? We've got mail.
Oh, that was an excellent AOL mail impression, Atsuro. Is it about the Maka bonus?
Oh yeah, something like that came up on the comp, didn't it?
Actually, hey, it looks like we got a couple things here. Skill set bonus. The new skill set bonus function is now available. If certain conditions are met during battle, you will be able to set any command skill already registered in the comp on a demon. Please note that the key to this function is an energy known as magnetite. It's still relatively unknown. We are continuing to experiment with it. Current information. Magnetite is thought to be a type of vital energy. The skill set bonus involves charging large amounts of magnetite within the comp and releasing it to affect your demon's abilities. Magnetite is thought to charge faster if you fight efficiently, similar to how the Maka bonus is generated. So, Magnetite Overload is a mechanic in this game where an invisible gauge for all your characters is charging up, and when it is full, you can teach any command skill that you have learned to demons currently set in your party. I'll go over this a little more once we can actually make more use of it, but know that you have no choice over when this goes off. It will go off, and you can potentially have it activate in situations where you really don't or can't use it, and it just ends up wasted and you have to charge it all over again. Pretty annoying, but there are some uses to it that are worth keeping in mind. And let's see, this Maka bonus this email mostly just goes over what's already been explained, but it does explain some of the bonuses here, so I'm just going to skip to that. Technical, extra turns you gain, plus extra turns the enemy's lost. No damage, obviously, get an extra 20% Maka for finishing with no damage. Overwhelm, defeat 3 enemies with a single attack. You'll get this bonus a lot if you're doing free battles in the late game. Casualty, on the other hand, gives you a 30% penalty, and if an ally voids, reflects, or absorbs an enemy attack, you get 20%. If an enemy does it, you lose 20%. So, some pretty good ways to pick up some extra scratch there.
So something called a skill set bonus has been added on top of the Maka bonus. It's more to worry about in battle, but if we play our cards right, it could pay off.
We don't need Matsuru to explain this to us, so we're just going to say we got it.
This is such a guy thing. You better not do anything risky going after this stuff. You know, it just occurred to me, who's sending these emails?
Doesn't sound like Naoya, so I can't really say it's him. Not sure.
Yeah, me neither. It doesn't sound at all like Naoya.
Now you might not have written them, but the wording and such should be based on his. Like robots with AI personalities. Their code is still written by humans.
Man, ChatGPT has really advanced a lot in this universe.
These advice emails might be generated by a program that Naoya created. Like, when you write software for general use, you gotta leave documentation. The emails are so impersonal because they're general documentation, which means this demon summoning program was always meant for third-party use.
So who's the third party then?
I wonder, do you think it was meant for us three?
I don't know, that seems like a lot to go through just for 3 people, even considering the situation. I'm sorry this video is running a little bit long, but I do want to get to a specific point before we end it. You'll note that we did get a new demon available in the auction. We'll actually find that there are a couple new demons. We have Moshavus and we have Wyras available. We want to get 2 Wyras before we get into the next story battle, so I'm going to purchase this one right now. As you can see, it's a level 7 demon, so it's a pretty significant upgrade from what we have currently, and should help us out a ton. I'm going to immediately put this in my own team. Moshavu is also worth picking up because flight is a very valuable movement skill, racial skill for having in your party, and is often very helpful with some of the, shall we say, not quite straightforward objectives of the game, but we'll cover that when it becomes more relevant. Now, with that taken care of, let's look at the next story event.
Oh, this place is no good either. There were SDF guards all the way to Ikebukuro. I'm exhausted from all this walking. I can feel the sweat pooling in my shoes.
Better sweaty than dead.
What the? You don't have to say it like that.
Sorry, I'm getting a little nervous.
It's okay. I'm sorry I snapped back. Let's decide what we're going to do from here.
Yeah, good idea.
Hey, are we really trapped in the Yamanote Circle area? Are we going to die just like that email said?
Let's try the east side. Let's not give up yet.
Yeah, the west side might be sealed, but there's still the east. Let's keep at it. Incoming email. Let's have a look.
Hey, another one from Naoya. I assume you're still alive. The death clock calculated by the Laplace mail system may not be absolute, but if the root cause of the events described doesn't change, it's highly likely that the results will still end up the same. That's fate. I've updated your comp with a new function attached to this message so that you can face fate and cut your own path. You should be getting an email describing the skill crack function soon. I'm looking forward to seeing you again. Keep surviving. And, sure enough, skill cracks, eh? The skill crack is a function that analyzes an enemy's ability and saves it to your comp. Notes, the enemy selected by the crack must be defeated by the team with the comp that set it. The crack will be nullified if any other team defeats that enemy. Only a single enemy is targeted by the crack, not the entire enemy team. The target of the crack and the comp user who is targeting it can be viewed on the top screen. There we go.
I really don't get what Naoya's up to. He got us into this mess, but he's still doing everything he can to help us.
You got that right. If he cares that much, he should have made sure we weren't in the lockdown to begin with.
He's hiding something, I bet.
Yeah, that's for sure.
Either he can't tell us or the time's not right yet. No way for us to know.
Yeah.
Hey, those skill things come in pretty handy, don't they? If that function can get us more of those, that'll be a huge help. It might even increase our chances of survival.
That skill crack thing? Only someone who knew about demons could program that in. I wonder just how much Nelia knows about demons.
Probably the best way we could get that information is we just ask him ourselves, but where he even is, that's up in the air.
Yeah, I guess that'd be the best way, huh?
Yeah, let's find Naoya. We need to get information straight from the source.
Though we have to do something about the number on the death clock first.
Yeah, we'll have to use every trick in the book to survive that long.
Alright, so we have another story battle available at the Tokyo Dome in Suidobashi, but we're not going to be checking that out in this video. Instead, we're going to dive into free battles at this point, and that's because we have the skill cracking mechanic available. There are demons here too, huh? Everyone will be in trouble if we leave them alone. We better take care of them. And that's all the justification we need for free battles. If you're in danger or simply want to leave, you can escape from free battles. To do so, open the system menu and select retreat. So yes, at any time during skill battles, should the tide turn and they're not going your way and you want to avoid any deaths, you can simply press start and retreat from the battle when your turn is up. So that's a very nice way to deal with this. But the other big thing about free battles, aside from the money and experience you can earn from doing them, you can do skill cracks within them. With the skill crack function, you can learn skills from defeated demons. Each team participating in a battle can target a demon for a skill that it knows. Caution, skill crack, blah 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 blah, yeah, whatever. But, as you can see, we have a whole host of skills to crack here, and I'm going to be cracking every single one of them. I'll also be writing up notes in my forum posts about what I think about each skill, so long as I have something unique to say about them. But this is going to be my way for gauging my progress through free battles and where I want to cut it off. I'll do my best to get all the skills from them and make sure we have a fleshed out skill set going into any story battle. Generally, I'll be avoiding free battles because they have a pretty high probability of making you over-leveled, but I will be doing them for the purpose of getting skills, because it makes the game way harder if you do not crack skills from free battles. There are a lot of good skills you can get from free battles, and skills that you miss earlier in the game can show up in these later, giving you a chance to pick up stuff that you might have missed out on. But I'm not going to bore you with the details of that. We can retreat at any time, even before the battle starts properly. I'm going to handle that off-screen, so you don't have to see the boring details of me just taking care of free battles to get skills. I'll probably show off a couple when I have something interesting to say about them. I can think of one later in the game that I want to show off just because it's a good money farming place, but we'll save that for later. And that's where we're going to end this video. Let me know how the audio was on this one. I'll do my best to make sure it's still at a manageable level when I upload it, but if it's still too loud, don't hesitate to let me know. And as always, I hope you enjoyed watching, and I hope to see you in the next video. Until then, though, goodbye.